This is my twice great-grandfather's declaration of intention to become a U.S. citizen. My grandmother gave it to me when I graduated with my master's. And it says, I, Christian Paulson, do declare on oath that it is the bona fide my intention to become a U.S. citizen and to renounce, abjure, former all allegiance and fidelity to all and any foreign prince, potent, and sovereign whatsoever, and particularly to the King of Denmark, of whom I was formerly a citizen, so help me God, subscribed and sworn to and before me at an office of Council Bluffs in said county, this 18th day of July in 1891. And so I didn't really know a whole lot about why he came, and so I decided to figure it out. So what I knew was that he started in Denmark and he ended up on a farm in Iowa, but I had no clue why. So I wanted to think about, and I just kind of started with, why do people want to come to a different country? Was it to get a job? Did he want more education? Was his family already in the US? Or was he looking for some different opportunities? Those are pull factors. Those are reasons that someone wants to come to a place. It can be to a different country. It could be moving from one state to the other, one town to the other. And those are things like economic opportunities. Could you make more money somewhere? Religious and political freedom. Sometimes you're not allowed the freedoms that we are allowed in the United States. Kinship ties, that was that family thing. And just a better quality of life in general. Or was it that he had poverty? I know in Europe in the 1800s that there was some kind of famine in a few of the countries. I'm not sure if it was Denmark or not. Were there political issues? Was there any kind of wars going on? Social issues? Was he persecuted for something? Those would be push factors, reasons that you want to leave a place. Political instability, poverty, natural disasters, wars, unemployment, lack of opportunity. After Hurricane Katrina, a lot of people moved into Texas from Louisiana, at least for a little while, because they had a natural disaster. So I had to do some research. So I went to the internet and I found the Danish Immigrant Museum, and it was really helpful. And I found that in the mid-1800s, there was an increase in the Danish population, so there were less jobs, which means that he could have been unemployed. He came in the 1890s, so maybe he was kind of starting off. And there was another part is that in Denmark, it's a small country. Europe is a smaller continent compared to North America and the United States as a country, and so it had limited land, but it was common in Denmark at that time to have really big families. And so the oldest son was the only one who got the farm. And so that means the younger sons had to figure it out. Maybe my great-great-grandfather was not the oldest son in his family, and he decided to come to America like a lot of other Danish younger sons did at that time, to try to find land on his own. And then there was also this part where Germany took control of Denmark near the border between Denmark and Germany. And so the Danes that lived in that area lost their farms. I know that my family lived on the border between Denmark and Germany. I'm not quite sure if it was that little area or not, but that could be a reason. So the push factors for my twice great-grandfather were unemployment, maybe, political issues perhaps with that Germany debate, and ultimately like a lack of opportunity probably. The pull factors would have been America at that time was open for employment, and they had finished the Civil War quite a few years, 30 years before he came, so it was more stable, and so it was probably more safe. So another way I could have found that out is asking my grandparents, but sadly they've passed away. So our push factors and pull factors relate to everyone, not just immigrants. It can relate to why you choose to live in St. James versus Rolla. Or if you end up moving to Rolla, why did you move there?